He's a minister.
She's going to take us.
You can move closer, you know.
There's a lot of people today.
I'm trying to
I see. Yeah, I just sat here so I could block Joyce.
Yeah, right.
Rabbi's first take.
Too bad. Too bad.
Oh, I can't.
Maybe not later.
Well, no, I don't feel like it.
If Sammy's involved, it's not.
Yeah, he's known me a long time.
Yes, I have.
It must be, what, 40 years?
We were young and foolish then.
Yeah, we are. Paul was saying
But we knew, yeah.
I'll have to be well behaved.
We did have that discussion
We're going to begin tonight, begin to feel like a community. So many beautiful faces everywhere. With the saying of a nigun, very powerful thing. Just the melody, without the words. So you get to decide what the words are, what's in your heart, with the melody. La 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la Tonight might seem a little different. Hopefully it'll seem very familiar too. As part of our worship, the new melody that we just learned together, practiced together, will be used throughout our service. If you can't sing along right away, no worries. You'll get lots of chances to hear it. And hopefully by the end of our service tonight, it'll feel like an old friend that we welcome to our Shabbat service. Ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la
Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and welcome. Be
happy it is Adar 2. As of today, Friday, the beginning, Rosh Chodesh, the new month of second Adar Sheni, the second Adar, which means that in just a couple of weeks we are going to be celebrating Purim. And I thought I'd share over the next little while in preparation for Purim a couple of things that you may not know about Purim. And one of the things, and this is not Purim foolishness, this is true, we actually have a number of different passages that did not make it into the book of Esther that exist in our apocryphal literature. And I thought I'd share one this evening. It's called The Dream of Mordechai. In the second year of the reign of Artaxerxes, Hashverosh the Great, on the first day of Nisan, Mordechai, the son of Yair, the son of Shimi, the son of Kish, of the tribe of Benjamin, had a dream. He was a Jew. He dreamed he was a Jew. And lived in the city of Shushan, an important man in attendance at the royal court. He was one of the captives that Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had brought from Jerusalem when Jeconiah, king of Judah. And this was his dream. Behold, noise and tumult, thunder, earthquake, uproar on the earth, and there came two great dragons, both ready to wrestle, and they uttered a great roar. And at their roar every nation made ready for war to fight against the nation of the upright. And behold, a day of darkness and gloom, affliction and anguish, distress and great tumult upon the earth. And the whole upright nation was troubled, fearing their own hurt, and they prepared to perish. And they cried out to their God. At their cry there rose as though from a tiny spring a great river with abundant water. Light came, the sun rose, and the humble were exalted and consumed the glorious. And when Mordechai had this dream and had seen what God resolved to do, he kept it in his mind and all day sought by all means to understand it. And now you get to spend all day trying to understand it. But actually it's extraordinary. The two great dragons are Mordechai and Haman doing battle. And God brings, and God resolves and saves Israel through great river, water, life. And it's fascinating to consider that if this is one of the dreams of Mordechai, that perhaps the whole book of Esther, the whole story that we are so familiar with, it too may just be a dream. And so many dreams and visions affect our spiritual lives. And how do we ever know when something is over, when we arise anew the very next day, whether everything that we consider, everything we think we know, everything we think we have experienced, it may just be a dream. And it is in the past. And with that, we can let it go and we can embrace the present. Because once we put it in the past, we can continue to try and understand it, to think about it, to learn from it. But the experience is gone, and so we don't have to dwell in it any longer. And that's what this moment is all about. Everything that has passed between last Shabbos and this Shabbos is now just a dream. So awake to this moment, appreciate where you are, appreciate what you have, appreciate those you are with, and let's embrace this moment when we enter into Shabbat. Let's take a moment to prepare to welcome Shabbat. We're going to begin our service this evening in our Siddur and Mishkan Tefillah on page 120, Hadlakat Nerot, the kindling of the Shabbat lights. And it is my pleasure to invite Carrie Snyderman to come forward to lead us in the lighting of the Shabbat candle. And company.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of generations of Israel who have kindled the light, so may we, in our day, be among those who kindle the light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvot v'tzivanu l'hadlikner shel Shabbat.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, Savior of the universe, who hallowed us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel
Maybe you can
bam, bim, 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 bam, bim, 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 bam, shiri, miri, miri, bim, bam, bim, 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 bam, bim, 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Maya Hayom, Shabbat shalom. Maya Hayom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Einem Matovu Manayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Einem Matovu Manayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Einem Matov, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Einem Matov, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. We're going to welcome the Sabbath bride tonight with the singing of Lachad Odi. You'll find it in your Siddur on page 138. But the words are right there on the screen for you. Lechad Odi, Dikra Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nekabela. Lechad Odi, Dikra Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nekabela. Sha'or v'zachor le'dibur echad, Ish mi'an
We continue on page 144, 144 with the Chatzikah.
Yeah. takes us from the love of Ahavat Olam and Shema to responding to the gift of freedom in Mi Chamocha. If we look into the Hebrew parts of this word, we might think that the Aleph, which comes first, we're reading from right to left, of course. The Aleph that comes first could represent for us the Ahava, the love that we just spoke of, that we just recalled. And the Mem could resonate Mi Chamocha, this absolute awe at encountering the saving power of freedom. And the Tav, well, the Tav could point its toe point its way towards the tefillah, where we can present our hearts to the highest power we can imagine. Aleph, Mem, Tav, Emet, truth. Any Hebrew school student knows that Aleph is the first letter of the alphabet, and Tav is the last letter of the alphabet. And Mem? Well, Mem is that middle place, the gray area containing any and all possibilities. To move forward into freedom, all we have is our breath and our forward motion. Left foot, right foot. Left foot, right foot. How does it feel to walk through a difficult time? To leave a dark place behind? To be pulled to a new, bright, hopeful reality? Each person is like an entire world unto themselves. That person, you, the person across the chapel from you, Rabbi, me, all joined together in one common experience. Some laugh, some cry, some shout, some are quiet, but everyone is feeling and everyone is totally present. So what is the sound of Mi Chamocha? The center of Emet, the gray area of all possibilities. The quiet realization that a force stronger than all of us has intervened and brought us to freedom. We are asked in the Psalms to sing a new song unto God, Shir Chadash LaAdonai. So let us begin. Ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la la la, la 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 la, ya la la I think it's an old friend already. Let's try it with the words. Mi Chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi Chamocha nehedar b'kodesh. So beautiful to hear all your voices. Let's do it together one more time. Mi Chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi Chamocha nehedar b'kodesh, Norah tehilot, oseh b'sefeleh, Norah tehilot, and now a surprise. Who is like you? Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? When Moses and the children crossed the sea, they sang to you with songs of joy. Who is like you, Adonai? Mi Chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi Chamocha nehedar b'kodesh, Norah tehilot, oseh feleh. I wonder what it would sound like if while you were feeling your own Mi Chamocha, you could hear the thoughts and feelings of others experiencing Mi Chamocha around you. To try that out, I'm going to ask help from Amy and Hannah tonight. And I'm going to ask them to help lead us. And some are going to sing the top and some are going to sing the bottom part. We're going to see what that sounds like when you're singing your part, but you can hear around you that other people are having a different experience. Amy, can you take this side? Amy's the Mi Chamocha side. And Hannah is the Nora Tefillah side. Mi Chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi Chamocha nehedar b'kodesh, Nora te'elim Adonai, Mi Chamocha nehedar Ne'amar v'Adonai et Yaakov, u'belo miyad chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael.
Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, Amidenu shomrenu l'chaim, Fros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people, Israel, and over Jerusalem.
Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sunat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Ve'shamru b'nei Yisrael et haShabbat, la'asot et haShabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי
164 in our Siddur. Please rise for the tefillah.
Yisrael Amecha. Karov l'chol korav b'nei el avadecha v'chonenu shafol kuchacha alenu v'tachazena einenu b'shucha l'tzion v'rachamim.
Ruch atah Adonai, Anoch hazir shechinato le'Tzion.
Continuing together, God
of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life. Wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day
of silent meditation. Continuing on page 371, 371. Yishaberach Avotenu v'Imotenu Abraham Yitzhak v'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah. V'Yivarechet Cholim, may the one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal all those who are ill at this time. As we pray to God for healing, we mention Elaine Goldfloss, Ann Silverman, Mary Solomon, Miriam Dove, Danny Johansson, Art Todd, Serena Corman, Herb Goldstein, Blima Levine, Lily Curtis, Barbara Bryan, Shirley Moore, Frida Rosenfeld, Stephen Denby, Barbara Organ, Sherry McCharles, Jean Sandler, Candace Davis, Francesco Titari, Jesse McKeary, Nathan Gibbons, Lisa DeLeon, Joseph Cohen, Fred Goldberg, Lenore Sorger, Lois Freeman, Shirley Enos, Peter Monty,
Elena Nesvetsny, Jacob Nesvetsny, Ted Nisker, and George Burt. If you know of anybody else who could benefit at this time from God's power of healing, please, as I come by your road, say their name aloud.
Michelle Rodden, Sam Geffner, Jerry Ernst.
Hilda Rosen and Sue Peglia.
Nima Pellegrino.
Steve Parton.
Herb Wolfson. Leslie Brady, Derek and Vista Costa.
Linda Wenham, Lila Wenham, Frank Kosher, Vickers, 2018.
Pastor Jackson.
Kadosh Baruch Hu, may the blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body, mind, and spirit. And we say together. Amen. Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome. It is so lovely to see you all. I have to confess, I have a very conflicted relationship with this week's Torah portion. It was my bar mitzvah Torah portion. And we get to the end of the book of Exodus, and here we have the accounts of the construction of the tabernacle. And I remember as a 12-year-old kid studying this for the first time and going, great. You know, what could be more possibly boring in the entire Torah than just all these, you know, these ledgers, these numbers, and of course, you know, I have no relationship with that kind of information, which is why I became a rabbi instead of an accountant. And then later on, as I started to understand a little bit more about the Torah portion, and when I studied it a little bit deeper, I became kind of upset because I really felt that the Torah should end right here, right at the end of Exodus. I mean, think about it for a minute. We have all the way through, weaving ourselves through the book of Genesis, we have ended up at the lowest of lows that Israel could possibly reach. They were slaves down in Egypt. They had gone down, 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 physically, spiritually, to the absolute depths. And then gradually through the book of Exodus, we start to make our way up again. And we can come out of slavery to freedom. We come to the wilderness.
We come to Sinai, we receive Torah, we build the Mishkan, the dwelling place of God amongst the people. And in this week's Torah portion, at the penultimate conclusion of the book, the tabernacle is dedicated and the presence of God as manifest in a pillar of smoke and a cloud descends on the house that Israel has built for it. God and Israel become one. What could be spiritually greater than that? And if we had just stopped there, everything would have been perfect. But we kept on going, and everything got really messy again. The ancient rabbis noticed that there is a parallel between the account that is given in this week's parashah of the records, the inventory of all that was accepted, that was taken as free will offerings and which was devoted to this most sacred of tasks, the construction, the creation of this house of God. And we're told even the very language that is used parallels the construction of the Mishkan with God's creation of the universe. In fact, there's a very special Hebrew word, the word malacha, which is only used in relationship to God's creation and our creation, Israel's creation of that place for God to dwell among them. And it is associated from the story of creation in Genesis and this story of the conclusion of the construction of the tabernacle, where we get the foundation of Shabbat. God blessed the seventh day and made it holy. God vayishbot, ceased from all the malacha, from all the acts of creation. And then, as we discussed last week, it is all of those specific tasks that were involved in the construction of the Mishkan that we developed the 39 different categories of malacha, of labor, that we are prohibited from doing on Shabbat. God created the cosmos. God created the universe. And over that, God has control. But God has shared with us, shared with humanity, that power to create. And with that power, we create our own sort of universe. We create the human institution that makes our place here in the cosmos livable. Rabbi Ed Feinstein, one of the great teachers in Jewish life today in Los Angeles, he comments that within God's cosmos, there are forces beyond our human control. But within the world of human institutions, the world we create, everything is subject to our control. And therefore, we are responsible for how our institutions turn out. We become responsible for our houses of God. And so what then do? We've built this place. We've invited God to descend within. But then what? This is a place that we create out of the values of our Jewish traditions. This is the place where we pass on, where we teach, and we perpetuate those values. But it is ultimately the quality of our community itself, those of us who dwell herein, that is the ultimate test of those values, of our values. Beyond all of our teaching and preaching, it is the institutions of the Jewish community that demonstrate to our children the meaning of Jewish values and the worth of Jewish commitments. If it is a community, if ours is a community that is gentle, that is compassionate, that is inclusive, and that is just, we vindicate all of our claims about Jewish tradition and our concern for its continuity. But if our community and our institutions prove to be cold and indifferent, narrow and callous, no amount of teaching or preaching is going to convince our children that they should be living Jewish lives. There is indeed much that separates us Jews today in our community. We disagree on many things. We disagree about Israel's policy towards its neighbors and towards the Palestinians. And we disagree about our own Canadian government's policies towards Israel. We disagree about matters of orthodoxy and conservative and reform and reconstructionist and renewal and post-denominational Judaism. We disagree about who can convert, what is kosher, with whom we can worship, who is a Jew. We disagree about how we can ensure a healthy Jewish future. These are serious matters about which there is within our community much disagreement. But a more serious concern, however, is not that we disagree on so many things, but it's about how we disagree. Because for long after all of these many issues have been resolved and other controversies arise to take their place, we still need to leave behind a legacy, an example of how Jews are to conduct themselves when we do indeed disagree. More than what we argue about, how we argue is the important issue that we need to pass on to our children. Our children are watching and they are listening. And when I say children, I'm not just talking about little kids. I'm talking about our adult kids. We can show them that Jews can disagree over matters of serious importance, but still manage to conduct themselves with each other with civility, with respect, and with control. Or we can demonstrate the opposite, namely the weakness of our Jewish values when matters of true importance are at stake. When Moses finished the work of constructing the Mishkan of the tabernacle, the cloud covered the tent of meeting, and the presence of God filled the Mishkan. The presence of God filled that sacred space. And yet, it is yet possible, the Torah teaches us, the Torah promises us, to build human institutions, to build Jewish institutions that contain the living presence of God. It's not just something that happens in the Torah. It's something that needs to happen today. We need to build institutions, to labor, to create institutions that bring light, protection, and inspiration to us all, no matter what our opinions are. And that happens within the realm in which we have complete control. When Joseph sent his brothers back at the end of the book of Genesis, when Joseph sent his brothers back to the land of Canaan to fetch their father to return with him to Egypt, he warned them, do not argue along the way. As we reach the end of the book of Exodus, Joseph's warning continues to ring true for the children of Israel as they begin their 40 years of wandering in the wilderness. They should not argue along the way. And it still rings true for us today. We have the control. We need to exercise it. We should not be arguing along our way. How we conduct ourselves reflects the strength of our tradition and manifests the very presence of the divine within our midst. The very last words of Sefer Shmot, the very last words of the book of Exodus are, "For over the tabernacle a cloud of the eternal rested by day, and a fire would appear over it by night, in the view of all of the house of Israel throughout all of their journeys." We still continue to journey, and it is still within our view, and it is within our grasp. We just need to remember, just need to keep our eyes open, and we need to keep our eyes on what is truly important. And you hear that song? Shabbat Shalom.
Open my eyes to truth, open my hands to give freely, open my lips to good words, to pure words, open my heart to love. Open my eyes to truth, open my hands to give freely, open my lips to good words, to pure words, open my heart to love. Open, 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 open.
In our Siddur on page 586, 586, please rise for the elect. Turn now to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to all of humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and of death. At this time, we remembered Israel Ravkin, Joseph Cohen, and Gordon Zack, who all passed away during the last month, during Shloshim, and those whose yahrzeit occurred during this past week: Ignatz Luchter, Abraham Jacob Blythe, John Lobel, Pearl Barnett, Michael Oliver, May Bloom, Joseph D. Levy, George Rosenblood, Jack Sibilesh, Sydney Lees, Ann Galindo, Sidney Hartman, Sissy Simpson, Frank Phil Soreski, William Goldberg, Benjamin Lauer, Joseph Levy, Maurice Kamen, Jack Lees, Josephine Soley, Francis Vanderporten, Susan Sommer, Sam Netkin, Alan Gluckstein, Antonia Appel, Eleanor Shapiro, Dina Hyman, Samuel Bernard, Bernard Sutton, Ovadia Rubin, Jane Foreman Tatakovsky, Gloria Robbins, Esther Finkelman, and Sam Nevitt. And we also note with sadness passing of Taylor Allen Force, age 29, U.S. tourist and graduate student at Vanderbilt University who was on a special program in Israel and who was murdered this week in a terrorist attack. Zichronam Livracha, may the memories of the righteous be for all of us. It's an abiding blessing as we remember and we praise God at this time with the words of the Kaddish and the Siddur can be found on page 509. Yit Gadol Yiterash Merabah, Ve'amad Devrad Pirotei Amit Malchutei, V'chayechon Yom V'chayei B'chol Beit Yisrael, V'aravad V'zmarkari V'ru Amen, Yehi Shmei Rabba V'rach Le'olam Le'omonea, Yitbarach V'yishbach, Yitbarach V'yitromam V'yitaseh, Yitadar V'yitalel V'yitalosh V'yitkusham V'richu, Ve'elam Yikol V'yivata V'shirata, Tishvachata V'nechamata, Tamiram V'yamad V'yru Amen, Yehi Shalom Arabah Mishmaya, V'chayim Aleinu V'yakol Yisrael V'yru Amen, Oseh Shalom V'yamad, V'yaseh Shalom, Aleinu V'yakol Yisrael V'yru Amen. The source of peace, send peace to all those who mourn, and comfort to all those who are bereaved among us. And we say together, Amen. Please be seated. And it is now my pleasure to invite Mr. Roy G. Pollington to come forward to share with us some announcements.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Please join us tomorrow morning as we continue our celebration of Shabbat with a combined service and Torah study beginning at 9 a.m. in the library. Everyone is welcome, and there is no religious school tomorrow for the March break. Our next session of Lunch and Learn and so much more, our program for seniors, will take place Monday, March 21st at Shalom Village. Join us for a light lunch beginning at 11:30 a.m. and a presentation by Mr. Roy G. Pollington and his work in animal rescue, which will begin at 12 noon. Stay on to enjoy time with friends, and for more information, please speak with Paula. St. Paul's United Church in Dundas invites the members of Temple Anshe Sholem to a lunch and learn this Sunday, March 13th, featuring Rabbi Jordan Cohen and Reverend Rick Spies, dialoguing on two texts, two traditions. Rabbi Cohen will speak during their worship service, which begins at 10 a.m., and the Lunch and Learn continues following the service at 11:30.
Please note, it was early advertised that the Lunch and Learn begins at noon, at 12, but it's actually going to begin a little bit earlier, so be there by 11:20, 11:30 at the latest. And everybody's welcome to come join.
10 o'clock for the service.
10 o'clock for the service.
You know what, we should have an address too. We don't have an address.
29 Park Street East in Dundas.
All are welcome, and the series continues on April 10th when we will welcome Reverend Spies and members of St. Paul's to our breakfast club. Save the date for Anshe Sholem's most entertaining night of the year. Don't miss our hilarious celebration of Purim on Wednesday, March 23rd at 7 p.m. This year's theme is Grease the Musical. For more information, please speak with one of our co-directors, Laura, Paula, or Amy Wigley. And make sure you come early before the Purim Spiel to shop at Esther's Bazaar. Bring your loonies and toonies to buy. Baked goods, mishloach manot, masks and gregors from our religious school students, and there will also be some great vendors selling Tupperware, sweet legs, tail wags, bike helmets, Camp George swag, and more. Esther's Bazaar opens at 6 p.m. and all proceeds go to support our religious school. And to add to our Purim celebration, the Deborah Sisterhood will be baking Hamantashen in the Frank Kitchen on Sunday, March 20th. Next Sunday, beginning at 9 a.m. Come help us bake up some fun for Purim. And join us on Saturday evening, April the 2nd, for a wonderful traditional deli dinner and the showing of the amusing new documentary, Deli Man, which is a history of the Jewish deli in the States and personalities, pardon? And Canada, and personalities who have made them famous. Tickets are $25 for both the dinner and the movie.
Such a deal!
Contact the temple office to book your tickets. The Jewish National Fund of Hamilton is proud to honor Ron Foxcroft at the 64th Annual Negev Dinner, May 16th at Leuna Station. Proceeds from the dinner will support the construction of the Children's Recreation Site at the Yad Layaled Education Museum of the Ghetto Fighters Museum Complex in Israel. For more information or to buy tickets, please contact J&F Hamilton. And the temple's next congregational trip will be of Central Europe, including Prague, Budapest, Vienna, and surrounding areas, November 9th through the 20th, this year, 2016. Registration is now open, and if you are interested in this exciting and important congregational journey, please speak with Rabbi Cohen. And thank you to the Deborah Sisterhood for sponsoring tonight's Oneg Shabbat. If you are marking a significant occasion, please consider sponsoring an Oneg. Call the temple office for details.
I'd like to add my thank you tonight to Amy and to Hannah for helping learn our song in advance and helping to lead the sides, and also to Boris for upping the contribution and baking for us while he was making challah, fresh, delicious rugula. I hope you had a chance to try this. Thank you so much, Boris.
Thank you, Roy, so much.
Havana Shira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah. Havana Shira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah. Havana Shira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah.
Please rise for the Kiddush.
ויהיה ויהי בוקר יום השישי ויחלו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם ויכול אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה וישפוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho v'ahava v'ratzonu chilanu Zikaron Ma'aseh Bereshit Kilu Yom Tehilah Lemikra'ei Kodesh Zecher Tziyat Mitzrayim Kilanu V'acharta Eltanu Kidashta Mikol Amim the Ava of Rasom
And thank you to Boris for beautiful challah. We have the best challah in the world. I said that for the video camera.
You bought it in 14 hours, don't let it alone.
Shabbat shalom.
You want a Boris in Rugala? So